or want that, but I don't. That's
Good.
something that I think is very important to have, that fire in the belly all the time if you really want to move forward in the business. And it doesn't matter what level you're at. I mean, I wouldn't have to do anything else and I'd be taken care of the rest of my life. But that's not fun. And I think, this is just my thoughts, that, and I don't, some of you can agree or tell me where you're coming from, but I think that if we're having fun with what we're doing, we're going to do more of it and we're going to look forward to it. So tell me, what do you think? Now let's start at a different place first. Tell me, what is it that Shackley truly means to you? And we'll start with you, Dick. Being you're the only man on here tonight, right, so far. We'll give you the honor.
Oh, wow. That's a good question. I think, Shackley for me is a lifetime of blessing and benefit. That means a lot for me. It's been health. It's been financial benefits. It's been some of the greatest friends we have. I mean, Shackley's been kind of our life for the last 40 years plus. So, yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
That's what comes to mind.
That's what comes to mind is a lifetime. A lifeline?
Well, it's that too, yeah. I mean, for us, it hasn't just been a job. It hasn't just been money. It hasn't just been any of those things. It's kind of like all of those and more. I mean, I can't imagine not being in Shackley. I can't even think of life without Shackley. I mean, I don't want to make it like quite a spiritual thing, but for me, it's almost like I can't imagine life without my faith in the Lord. I can't imagine what Pam's in my life would look like if Shackley wasn't a part of it.
I agree with that totally. Why don't you share? Because I think this is something that would be good for people who are newer or older to listen to. When you say, I can't imagine my life without it. So I'm new coming into Shackley, and I hear you saying that, and I'm like, oh, okay. So what does that mean? I'm with you 100%, but why don't you break that down a little bit?
Yeah. I mean, this morning when I was consuming my Shackley in huge amounts. I mean, wouldn't it be wonderful if we had 10 people in our group that consumed as much Shackley as we consume? It would only take 10 families for us to have 7,000 or 8,000 PV a month. That's how much we consume. And as I was doing that at 7 this morning, Pam was having her devotions. I was out there in the kitchen, and it just occurred to me, I can't imagine not doing this. I mean, I've traveled all over the world, and every time I travel, I make little packs. If I'm gone for 3 weeks, I have 21 packs. So for me, it's been great health. And that's not just something I'm hoping for. That's looking back on 43 years now for Pam and me and our kids. So it's knowing that that our bodies are getting what they need. It's been a great business opportunity. I mean, I can just think of so many different things that have been a part of Shackley's financial benefit for us. And Pam and I are not superstars. So, I mean, it's been, Pam's done really well. But I mean, we're not lifetime presidential master coordinators, but you don't have to be for this to make all the difference in the world. So we're retired now, living in our dream home in Colorado. I mean, we live on 25 acres in the middle of a national forest in a gorgeous home, and a lot of that's because of Shackley. That's what we'd hoped for 40 years ago. Now we have it. And we have it not because we were superstars, but because this has just been month in and month out for the last 43 years. Shackley is friendships. I was doing our new website last night. We don't want to rush into these things. Oh, it was only due in January, so by the middle of April. And I was going through pictures to put on there. And one picture I wanted to put on, but it just didn't fit anywhere in it, was a picture of him and me with Arnie and Renee DePoctor. They're not in our group, but they are some of our dearest friends because of Shackley. Some of the best relationships we have are relationships we have with people who've become, they've become like family. They're more than just friends. They become like our family in Shackley. Yeah, now seeing our kids with it. Another picture was Pam and Heather with all their, paraphernalia on, standing in front of the banner announcing next year's Mayan Riviera. This was 10 years ago, conference. And we didn't make it, but Heather and Steve did. And they had the time of their life there, the Mayan Riviera. And how fun is that? That your kids who've just gotten back from the mission field really don't have any money. They're just barely making it. But they get to go on this amazing trip to the Mayan Riviera. Then I saw a picture I put on our website of Pam and me in 1977 in San Francisco, standing by a bonus car with a banner over it saying, this too can be yours kind of thing. And we had our picture taken by it. And it was a few months later, we got our first bonus car, first of many, many. But I mean, I could go on and on, Nina. But it just,
you know what? As you speak that stuff, Dick, doesn't it just, it wells up in you and it just makes you feel so excited about what you're doing, doesn't it?
Well, it does.
I do.
And then it's not just looking back. And Pam can tell you about calls she had this afternoon with some women who were at a meeting that we did in Georgia just a couple of weeks ago. And it reminded me again how much fun this is, because they had a ball at it, and I won't steal her thunder. Yeah. So it's not just looking back. Just in the last couple of weeks, we've had another just super fun time. It's productive financially, productive for the business, but more than that, it was fun. Made some new friends, and they're loving it now, and they're saying that maybe we ought to do this, not just host a meeting, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. So Pam, is there anything that you can fill in on that?
Yes. Well, Dick he covered it a bit, but it's totally a lifestyle thing. And you really cannot imagine living, like Dick said, without it. And it really is about friendships. And Dick often has said over the years, well, why don't we just go on a vacation? If we don't qualify for the trip, we'll just go there on our own. And I said, there's no comparison, because when you go with Shackley people, that's your family. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure a lot of it is the satisfaction of achievement. And this meeting that Dick referred to when we were in Georgia, and I've been talking to several people, and they were just like, oh, it was such a wonderful time. We just loved it. And we love the products. And they said, don't get embarrassed, Dick, because we did it together. And they said, we just love Dick. He's so funny. And they said, and you guys make a great team. And since I talked to these people, I have been on a high, because I realized we did something that made somebody else feel really happy and really good, and it brought them to think about their future. And so it's just a great way, and has been a great way to encourage other people either to better health or to find a way to earn a small income or a large income. And that gives us great satisfaction.
Awesome.
Very exciting.
Awesome. And then ditto to everything else Dick said, right?
Yes. Exactly.
Yep. I got to add one more thing. because obviously it's exciting after you do a meeting. It's really great. I mean, Maggie, I know a couple months ago you had a meeting and it just rocked the world, and then probably a couple of weeks later you had a meeting that didn't. And part of the fun for me is remember that presentation by J.K. and Becky Baker, where they had done a meeting and nobody showed. And I can still hear J.K. in his southern drawl saying that he stood out in his front porch and hollered at the community, I'm right, y'all are wrong, and I ain't quit. And it's that kind of a spirit, you know. It's not just because everything you do comes up roses. You know, you do some things that cost you time and energy and money, and they don't pay you a squat. But that's just the way it goes. I mean, but that becomes part of the fun. That becomes part of your story. That becomes a part of the ultimate victory, really, that you pursue. You persevere through stuff like that.
Yes. And you know what's so interesting about that last thing that you said there is, I don't care what job it is. I don't care what business you might own or what job you have, or it's life. There's always those bumps.
Yes.
There's always the bumps.
Yep.
And I think if we take on the attitude in life as well as in our business, what can I learn from what happened, whether it's good or bad? And how can I move forward? Because that's what makes you a more well-rounded person. When I first broke my ankle, you know, you get through the initial pain. And then I'm like, okay, what am I supposed to learn from this? And I will tell you that February and March were such productive months. It's amazing what's happened there. But when you have those downs in this business, you can't focus on the down. You have to focus on, okay, I got to go again because I'm going to get a good. It's not, the business is this way. That's how you build up. It's never straight up. I don't care who you listen to. It's never straight up. So, okay, Joyce, would you like to share? You've been up and down and now you're building again. So why don't you share your side? Why Shackley?
Why Shackley?
What does it mean in your life?
My life. I was very, very sick when I discovered Shackley, was filing for disability, was barely getting out of bed and making it to work, knew that I had to try something. And within 30 days, my family was noticing a difference. And then other people at work were noticing. I worked for a chiropractor, and the clients coming in said, whoa, what happened to you? Because they could see I was seriously struggling being at the desk. They could hear it in my voice. They could see it in my face. I was miserable. So I was able to improve my health. They were able to witness it. A few of them kind of came along for a while of improving their life, and then things kind of fell apart with them. I have a hard time getting people to grow underneath me. So that's been my struggle.
So do you think anybody else has had that challenge in this business?
It sounds like everyone has. I just haven't figured out I haven't figured out the right niche. I don't know.
Personally, and I've really learned this strong lately, is that when we get into the business, especially in the beginning, we want all the benefits so bad that that's what we're chasing after, instead of making it all about them.
Right.
We want it so bad, and then what happens is we end up selling to them, and we push them away. So
I agree.
I know Gary Burke always said your business will grow in proportion to what you do. And I obviously haven't grown for a long time because I'm ready to go up again. I stayed in the same spot for many years. So it's always working on personal development as well. And sharing that with people. Pam, you're muted again. I see your mouth moving, but I don't hear you.
Yeah, I was going to say it's not so much always what we do, but who we become
Absolutely.
and what we are becoming.
Yes.
So I think as time goes on, we learn more about where we are abrasive or where we are too selfish, or we obviously make people think that we're just trying to use them. And you always hear people say, I don't want to use my friends, but as time goes on, it's definitely who we are becoming.
Yes. Yes. That is so truthful. So truthful. So Maggie, what about you? What would you like to share here?
Well, I love it because it's keeping me healthy. I've never had any major health issues, but I
How long have you
feel
been
like
involved? How long have you been involved, Maggie?
well, I've taken the products for, let's see, my son was probably like 9 years.
Okay.
But I just started doing the business. Well, not very well. It's been a few years, but
Don't ever say that.
well, I didn't know how to
cut
do it.
yourself
I'll
down.
say I'm learning more and more. I'm learning how to do it better. And I always knew Shackley was great, but the more I hear these stories, it's just unbelievable to me, and it makes me more excited. And now that I've helped a few people with, some serious issues, that is what excites me very much, as well as the financial freedom. I actually went to a retirement seminar tonight, which is why I wasn't on your call earlier, because I didn't get home, and like, man, I really do need to get this going because, I'm looking at retiring from teaching as soon as I can. But yeah, so the financial freedom that Shackley could provide to myself and other people is also very exciting.
Mm-hmm. And you know what I want to say about what you said there is that we compare ourselves to other people all the time, because you made that comment. Everybody comes into this business with different resources. You're a teacher. You have got the basic skills that I don't have. Teachers are amazing in this business. I am very scattered because I'm a blue. Okay. I'm a, the personality thing? Yeah. The red, blue, yellow, and green. I can't see your face.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
No.
I have learned for myself, because I'm a blue, so I attract all these, and Roland is a blue. So you attract all these people that are greens, or in the disc, it's DIS, they're S's. They're so stinking smart, but they can't relate to us. Because we say, well, just go out and do what we did. And I attracted all these greens in my business, and I had them all revert. And then I attract a bunch more greens in my business. And then finally somebody said, I can't do it the way you're doing it. And I'm like, what do you mean you can't do it the way I'm doing it? Just copy me. I had to learn how to work with greens, because greens need to have exactly everything, a process of how and what to do. So the fact that you're teachers are always green. They're all heart and detail. That's just who teachers are. But you become some of the best leaders. If you look at a lot of the leaders that are higher up in this business, they're teachers. So once something clicks on how it works for you to do it, you've got the heart. I can hear that from what you said. And that's what excited you. You're going to fly. So you just have to find your process that works with you. I think Dick and Pam are working with you on that, and they can help you figure that out. But having the heart and want to help people, I think, is number one in this business. I really do. So just keep going and keep listening, but don't compare yourself to anybody, because everybody's
Okay.
journey is their journey. I did that
All
for
right.
years. Some of you know Lisa Smith, and her and I ran together for years, but Lisa was always one rank ahead of me, which was fine because I knew the next year I'd be there. And then she'd jump a rank and I'd jump a rank, and she'd jump a rank and I'd jump a rank. Well, then I didn't jump a rank and she did. And I was so hard, and I didn't know I was comparing myself to her all the time. But I was so hard on myself. I'm in the top 1% of the company, and I still am not happy with what I have because I compared myself to her. So don't ever do that, Maggie, okay? You go at your pace and just love people and help others. Put the focus on them. So, okay, Sharon, let me unmute you, girl. I can't hear you.
What's up?
It's your turn to share why Shackley?
Why not?
I don't know if that's what you're going to say to people.
Why not? It has everything that a lot of people want.
What is it? No, let me rephrase this for you then. What is it that has kept you? I know that you just inherited your parents' business, but did you have one of your own? Yes. Did you have a business of your own? I mean, I know you've always been in Shackley.
I grew up with Shackley. I do have a business of my own, but I wasn't really focusing on it because I just never had a story until now. I always heard everybody with a story, and I'm like, okay, I'm a Shackley kid. What's my story? And after we did that call, I said, oh, that's my story now. So that's my story. I'm noticing now that I inherited my parents' business, and this is weird. Everything is in line. I feel I'm more focused, whereas before I was scatterbrains. And also I'm doing a lot of coaching with Roland, whereas before it'd be, yeah, okay, I'll call you when I get home from work, you know. And I've been off work since October of last year, and they are forcing me back to work.
Oh, they are?
Oh, yeah. Which, in a way, I'm a little excited because now I have a better mindset on how to, should I say, wheel and deal them in. Because everybody's sick, everybody's not well. And it's like what we said the other night, chasing ambulances, remember? But I enjoy Shackley. I remember our first trip was Hawaii, first class. And I made, they put flowers on everybody's trays. And I went around and sewed leis for everybody on the plane. So,
wow.
Yeah. So it's those memories that will always be with me from Vienna, San Francisco, you know, Hawaii, Maui, the cruise. So, yeah.
Okay. And Sharon is so close to a key coordinator that she can taste it. It's crazy how close she is to a key coordinator, and which is very exciting. It's very exciting.
Well, I'll tell you this. I'm going to share this. You guys don't mind. So the other day, I went for lunch with a friend, and we had, how do I put it? She told me last week, okay, we're going to meet for lunch. So for the whole week, in my head, I'm thinking, should I bring my skincare? Nah, she's not going to want to bring my skincare. Well, you know what, Sharon? Maybe she will like the skincare because it's the best skincare. But she's not interested. So I was fighting with myself on bringing the skincare. And skincare is my favorite. So I beat myself up and I brought the skincare. I brought a catalog. I call it information guide. So then we sat down, we had lunch, we talked. I was building a relationship with her. Yay! So then we got off, you know, ordered food. Food came. And then she's reading the information guide. What's this skincare? Oh, as a matter of fact, I brought it. Do you want to try it? And she goes, yeah. I says, well, let's eat first and then we'll get back. Check mark number 2, pat myself on the back, because normally I would run up to them and, yeah, you got to try this. You got to try this. No, I pushed away, and she relaxed. And then finally she goes, can we try that skincare now? I went, okay. So we tried it. Let me tell you, I didn't have a cotton ball. I didn't have water. It was the worst presentation I ever thought of. And I got the napkin, put water on her hand, made it, because I'm thinking, well, she's got to want to do this better than me. So why not? It's got to be coachable. So I did that. The toner, I said, I didn't even go into the specifics of what the cleanser does. I said, oh, it's just getting ready for step 2, which will exfoliate your hands. Okay, yeah, that's wrong. Did the toner, the moisturizer, the whole 9 yards. And she went like this, and she's like, OMG, look at my hands. I go, well, what? Show me. And she showed me, and I said, wow, that's amazing. And then I just said, imagine what 60 days would look like on your face. And I said nothing. Normally I'd be.
Was that hard?
You know what? No, because I have a focus.
Okay.
And I wasn't scared.
Okay, good. Well, awesome. So how did it finish up?
So we're meeting again, because now her husband wants to buy a sports nutrition pack. She wants to get the skincare, and her mom wants to buy a skincare kit. So out of that one meeting, I have three initial.
Awesome. So she's excited about it.
Oh yeah.
How cool. And if we go there and we make it about them, that happens over and over again. Mm-hmm. Is everyone going to turn out like that? No, not at all. Okay. So we've talked about, thanks Sharon.
No problem.
We've talked about why you want to continue doing Shaklee, what's kept you there, blah, blah, blah. What are you doing to make it fun? Sharon, I know you're doing some YFP stuff. Are you doing any Facebook Live things?
No, not yet. I was just, I had to come off because I was on a YFP presentation and
oh, okay.
The marketing one. And I honestly have to get out there. I think why I'm hiding back is because I'm not at work. But once I'm at work, I know I am going to start doing the Facebook Live. I have to figure out which of the 2 accounts I need to keep, because I have my mom and dad's Facebook as well. So I have to figure all that out. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's you that you're marketing now. It's not them.
Yeah, but they have more people on their page.
But
right?
you're looking at the fan page, and that doesn't grow. That does not grow unless you want to spend a bunch of money.
No. But I was looking, and most of them are Shaklee people. Shaklee people and Shaklee people do not benefit each other's business. I don't care what anyone says.
Well, but on Facebook profile,
right?
On the main profile, the benefit of having other Shaklee friends is that if they like your stuff, it makes Facebook share it with more of your other friends.
Okay.
That's the algorithm trick. Yeah. So don't unfriend Shaklee people.
No.
If you're friends with Shaklee people on Facebook, because I had that mentality for a while that, well, they're all Shaklee people. I'm not, trying to sell them. I'm not trying to impress them. I'm not trying to, and I had totally the wrong mindset.
Okay. So you're saying, like, say if I put a motivational page on and you like it, that goes to your page, and then that goes.
No. If I like it, that gives you a bunch of likes. If I like it and Pam likes it and Dick likes it and Maggie likes it and Joyce, if we all like your quote.
Okay.
Now Facebook sees that, oh, she's building relationships. It's not about marketing on Facebook.
Oh.
It's not about talking about Shaklee on Facebook. It's what value can you give to other people.
All right. I gotta switch.
So,
Thank
like
you.
today, I screwed up and I went to this appointment, and the appointment wasn't. And I thought, okay, what am I going to do? So I went into a parking lot and I had the sun on my face. And then there was this really cool filter. And I thought, okay, I'll just quick do a video. And it was stupid. It didn't matter. But the purpose of that was that I can laugh at my mistakes. And I just announced that I'm going to be doing a thing on personalities. So follow me the next 4 days. So if people make comments on there or like it or whatever, then Facebook will show your stuff to other people. And it's the know, like, and trust factor that has to come in there. If they don't know, like, and trust you, they're not gonna follow you. It's just like building it face to face. Like Dick and Pam went and had a fun meeting with some people. So on the online, it's the same thing. You still have to build a relationship. Because if you put sales, people will unfriend you, right? So, okay, what are you guys doing for fun? What are you doing to keep yourself excited? And it's not about excitement, but if you don't have fun at doing what you're doing, you're going to look against everything that you have to do for Shackley. Do you feel that way? Joyce, what gets you up and going and doing stuff?
Responsibilities.
Okay.
Lately, I have not been able to do Shackley the way I would like to. I had a girlfriend pass away last fall, and in the process, I inherited her Alzheimer's mother and disabled brother that I am now their POA and legal guardians. So I'm in caretaker mode. They're in an assisted living. So I try to incorporate Shackley with the staff at the home. And the keyword is try. Some of these people are in their early 20s and they're a millennial. I am trying to talk with them and they say, well, text me. I'm face to face. I would rather do face to face. I have a very hard time hiding behind the computer.
If I'm going to tell you this, that if you want a millennial to really grow this business, and they all are starved, they want to do business, you've got to they're not going to answer your phone. You've got to text. Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm learning is I'm just totally taking the wrong approach with them.
But so what, you learned something there though, Joyce.
I'm learning. It's just been such a struggle. When I first got into the business, I talked too much is what Roland was coaching me with. I was an open book. Someone would ask a question. I wouldn't follow up with a question with them. I would answer their question and then just keep talking.
Do you think you're the only one that's done that?
Oh, no, definitely not. It's just hard to, it's so hard to ask. I can ask questions, but it's hard not to answer their question immediately.
And it comes down to, I mean, I used to puke all over people all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's learning and then realizing you messed up, but okay, now next time I'll do it better.
Right.
It's just that continual. But going back to your thing about the texting, I remember my own children don't answer their phone. I have to send them a text and say, please call me.
Mm-hmm.
And they call me right away. But if I call them, they don't answer their phone. I'm like, it doesn't make sense. It's a mentality of where they live today.
Yes.
So, Maggie, do you text a lot? I think you're probably the youngest one on here.
There we go. Yeah, I text quite a bit. But yeah, I guess I do.
Yeah. Or Messenger. Off my Facebook.
Yeah, I don't do much with Messenger or really even Facebook. But
Okay.
yeah, I text probably way more often than I call anymore.
See. I have gone, and your age group isn't as much in Facebook, are they?
Well, a lot of people in my age category do Facebook. I'm just, I don't know. The only reason I ever joined Facebook was because of the conference with Richard in November. I wasn't even on Facebook until then because I just don't care about that.
And you know what? I think a lot of people have a lot of misguided, because there's so many people who have abused Facebook.
Oh yeah.
There's so many people who have abused it and have, they've spent their whole time wasting time on there. So, yeah. I can't tell you how many times a day that I message on Facebook on here. It kind of blows me away. I'm because of all these computer glitches that are going on, for some weird reason, there's a bunch of people in my group, and I don't know if anybody else has experienced that. Let me just...
With the in-homes I've done, I don't do anything like really special to make it fun, but we joke around and just not make it like completely serious the whole time, and I don't know.
Okay, so that's what you're doing when you're doing a presentation. What are you doing to make you continue going on? What is it that's driving you?
I think it's been as of late, just, I see the sickness, like you just start talking with somebody, and if it's not them, it's like, I just happened to talk to one of the teachers today. She just told everybody she was pregnant. So she came in my little office space, and I was congratulating with her, and I don't know how it came out, but she said, yeah, my best friend, or one of my really good friends, she can't get pregnant. And so I just started asking her questions about it. We got chatting about it, and she's going to give her my number. So it's like, you get into a conversation with anybody, and it's somebody's sick, and it's not just minor things. A lot of times it's just been blowing my mind. Like, I did my taxes, or maybe I said that last week when I went to the tax guy, and he asked me if I was still doing Shakely. And I said yes, I was still doing Shakely. And so I just started telling him what I was doing, and I told a few stories. And like, I'd say within the last month or so, I've been telling stories, not a lot, just a few. Mm-hmm. And he goes, well, what can your Shakely do for diabetes? And I said, so I just asked him, do you have diabetes? And asked him questions. And as soon as tax season is over, he's going to contact me. But I found like that the stories, just telling people stories, is so much more powerful, because if you just say they're nutritional supplements, then it's kind of thrown in the hat with all the other things that are out there, and it doesn't set it apart as something that can really help people.
Right. That's really good. And Gary always said that stories sell, and what's this? Impress. So details impress and stories sell. Where, we always tried to give them a lot of details, and I catch myself, even when I'm doing a presentation, often coming back to a bunch of the details. Does everybody know the Pottinger cat study? Because that is such a good story. People are always like, wow. Dr. Francis Pottinger had 800 cats, and this was back in the day before all the rules with cats and dogs or animal rights or whatever. But he fed them a typical American processed diet. And those cats started developing cancer, diabetes, heart disease, all those things in cat years compared to the 60s and 70s of humans. The second generation, and when I got in Shaklee, that's what I dealt with, was people who were older that had sickness going on. Otherwise, we were always talking prevention. The second generation started developing those diseases in the 20s and 30s, human years compared to cat years. The third generation started developing them at birth. We have more kids that die of cancer today than any other disease. And the fourth generation could not conceive. And when you say that story, tell that story, people are always like, wow, really? You just shared somebody who had a friend that couldn't get pregnant. Everybody knows somebody who can't get pregnant anymore today. And the OBGYN, Dr. Gould from Cleveland or Cincinnati, wherever he's from, when people come in with infertility, he starts them on the protein and the vitalizer and says, come back and see me in 9 months, and then we'll start your infertility treatments, husband and wife. But 95% of the people are pregnant before that 9 months are up. It's huge. It's huge. So those are stories that are phenomenal. It's Sharon's turn, and she disappeared on us. Here she comes.
Hey, Nina.
Yeah.
While you're looking for Sharon, where could we find the data that you just shared about that doctor and the infertility?
Dr. Francis
Pottinger
Pottinger.
cat study.
I think it's called.
No, Pottinger I found.
You what?
No, I say Pottinger I found. That's right there on Google. But what you were sharing about this doctor sending people home for 9 months with protein and
Oh, Dr.
whatever.
Gould, his wife is a master coordinator in Shackley. Or, well, she was. Maybe she's a senior.
Oh.
Yeah. But you can find the
Okay.
study. I mean, surely you've had people with the same experience. Do you know that Kristen Cunningham had tried for 15 years to get pregnant? And she came to work with Shackley and at corporate. And you're working for corporate, you're going to do vitalizer and protein, right? And all of a sudden, she was so excited, she ended up pregnant after 15 years of trying to get pregnant. Justin Rose, all of a sudden, they got pregnant. What's her name? I can see her face. She's one of them that does the videos with Kevin all the time now. She ended up pregnant. All these people were all of a sudden popping up pregnant. And I saw Kristen on the cruise then, the next time, and she was pregnant again. And I said, wow, Kristen, how old is your other one? And she said, 9. It took me 15 years to get pregnant with my first one. I didn't think I had to try and prevent anything. And she got pregnant while she was nursing her other baby. So there's so many stories of people that I had a gal that had really bad what is it called? Polycystic ovary syndrome, PCOS, which is huge with women today. She had gone on the infertility treatments, and they put you on, it's for diabetes, and they use it for arthritis, and it's an autoimmune, but it's a hormone. Can't think of the name of it right now. It'll pop back. But she went on that drug. She bled terribly. She wrecked 2 different mattresses. She said, I can't do this. I'm dying. And then she tried again 4 years later because she felt like she was a failure as a wife. So she tried a second time, and she went through the exact same thing with the drug that she was on. It's one they use all the time. It's a hormone that supposedly makes things work in people that can't get pregnant. Anyway, she said, I'm going to die. I can't do this. So she got on Shackley, and it took her, she kind of let go of it. It took her 1.5 years, but she did get pregnant, and now she's got 2 kids. But she had been for she was 13 years trying to get pregnant. Your body's an amazing machine if it's given what it needs. So, Sharon, it's your turn. What is it that you're going to do or doing that keeps you excited about where you're going and keeps you moving on when you have a bad day? What makes you get up and go back again?
Oh, good question. What keeps me going? I guess it's the why, the why I'm doing this. I think I'm carrying on my parents' legacy, so that's my why.
Okay.
Have I had a bad day? Not really, because each day has been a learning experience, a good learning experience. Sometimes it's challenging with Roland with those questions, like, I like what you said when you puke. Yeah, that's what I used to do. And but you learn to bite your tongue a lot, I'll tell you. But no, each day is a challenging day, and I look at it rewarding. And when I feel good, I'll phone Roland. Guess what I did? And he goes, "How can you do that better?"
You know what he used to say to me? I'd get through the first question or the second question, and he'd say, and then I'd rattle, and he'd say, okay, so what if you ask this?
Yeah.
To get to the third and the fourth and whatever question, to keep going.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
I'm happy that I'm being coached. I was scared at first, but now that I have a direction on what I'm doing, each day is a learning experience that keeps me going.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And Dick and Pam will tell you, as well as myself, there's just something that's a feel good about what we do. And I think that is part of my thing as well, because I know if I have something bad that happens, I know that there's going to be something good that comes.
Well, yeah, you're right. And too, with me working at Costco, I see all these managers running all over the place and doing this and doing that. And I'm like, what are they doing it for? Is it for themselves, or is it for the big boss so they can get a bonus? Right? Where with our Shackley business, we're doing it for us. We get to go on all those trips and the rewards and the bonus cars. 25 years at Costco, you get a pen. Woohoo! Way to go. Yes. That's what one lady told me. I've been at Costco for 25 years and I got a pen. I go, how'd you like to get a bonus car? We'll talk later.
Yeah, and you know what's interesting though, and this is for me where I am now, I guess because I don't need the money, because I'm set for the money wise because of what I make in Shackley. And I should quit saying that. I should quit saying that, because I'm probably working harder now than I have for years, because I have some very big gifts that I want to give. And the thought of that, I mean, I got to go and bring a nice gift into the pregnancy center. And then I got to bring another nice gift into Great Marriages. And I got to bring another nice gift. That gives me more thrill to do that. Or my grandson said to me, Grandma, he just won state tournaments a little while ago, and his mom put this thing out asking people to send them notes of encouragement. So he got a note of encouragement for one of his mom's cousins out of the Netherlands. And it was written in Dutch, and so that was a big ordeal, that he got congratulations and encouragement from this guy, because they all posted their things. And he said, Grandma, it would be fun for us to go to the Netherlands together. And I thought, you know what, for me to be able to do something for him like that, it would create a memory that he will never, ever forget. So what's driving me now is, in the business, it has to be about others, but what can I give out? And the mentor that I have right now has been phenomenal to help me focus on other people. And it's cool. But this business is phenomenal for that. So everybody is in a different spot, which is great. And everybody has different whys. Why are you doing? And I think in the end, we all come back to the same thing, that we want to see other people succeed either in health or wealth. And it's very, very rewarding that way. So anybody else have anything else they want to say?
Yeah, I was going to say that when we lived in the East, we often had people in our home. We'd have parties or potlucks, Shackley ones. We've done that some here, but to me, that is a very happy thing.
It is.
And I think as a general rule, I don't know how many people are doing that anymore. And I get personally, you can ask Dick, I get tired of, going to all the work that's entailed in that. But that's a very happy thing, a very fun thing. Just being together, and I think it lets people see us as we really are. And when we act silly or fun or whatever. And the meeting that we had while we were in Georgia, that made me really happy. And this is a little bit self-centered, I guess, but it made me think, Pam, you can do this. Because even no matter how many years you go along, we have doubts about ourselves.
Oh.
And so that was, it just kind of hangs on you and makes you feel so good for a long time. That you got good results. The PV, as far as that, was phenomenal. And a bunch of people that are showing interest. And I just thought, we did something right.
Yes.
So when you have a span of time where things aren't going like you think they should, then all of a sudden this happens. And it's just a pleasant surprise that really affirms us as people to go on. It helps you keep going.
Yes.
And you want to keep finding more people that you can help, and they interact with you and make you feel good too.
Yes.
So it works both ways, the benefit.
That is so true. On Saturday, I was asked to do a thing on our cleaning products. There was this event that had all different kinds of things going on. I was asked to do a presentation on our cleaning products. And it was every 20 minutes, somebody else was presenting. And there was 15 people in the room when I did mine. I've been doing this for 39, almost 40 years here. I was so nervous. I could not believe how nervous I got myself and how worked up I got myself until I started talking. So like you said, it doesn't matter. But you know what? After I got going and people were interacting, and because it was very informal, and people were interacting and were just like wowed by the cleaning products, and I used the toxic cards, and I agree with you totally. It was so much fun. And I don't know what will come of it. We'll see. But people were just blown away at how toxic this stuff is out there. They had no idea.
Yeah.
All the people that were there. So you feel like you educated and you taught them something. And then of course you got the one person that comes up. Well, what are the ingredients that are in the laundry soap?
Agreed.
I don't know. That's a proprietary blend because it's been around for so long and nobody's required to put that on the box. But I do know, one thing I do know is that we will not make a product that harms a single cell.
Yeah.
And she goes, well, but, and I thought, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
So anyways.
Right.
All right, guys, I think we're past, it is 9:00. So I will let you all go and we will.
Thank you, Nina.
Again, yes.
Thanks, Nina.
Yes. Have an
Yeah,
awesome.
thanks, Nana.
Thank you,
You do
everyone.
a great job with these.
You do.
Well, thank you.